Hi, you're welcome to today's section. My name is Baraji as usual. Today we'll be discussing how to avoid a data disaster. And this is going to be a comprehensive guide to e-commerce, cybersecurity, and data protection. In today's section, we will talk about the introduction to cybersecurity and the importance and it is important to e-commerce business. One of the biggest business, one of the biggest risk business face is the risk of cybersecurity today. And I mean, this is a situation where you have hackers gain access to businesses, they're able to exploit businesses, they're able to do a lot of things, gain access to business data, be able to attack, they're able to steal the data, have access to the credit card. And sometimes when this happens, they don't know. So to protect the business, it is essential. It is essential that e-commerce business implements comprehensive cybersecurity and data protection measures. It is key, and that's why we're having this conversation. And this is for both small, medium business enterprise and every other business and e-commerce business too. The risk of not prioritizing cybersecurity for as an e-commerce business or as a small medium business is such that can really be very disastrous. So prioritizing cybersecurity is key for the business. So because a lot of business leaders came into business entrepreneur, and they want to solve the problem. Yes, that's one of the reasons some business leaders, some CEOs, some MDs and all business owners want to solve a problem. Because they want to solve a problem, they're looking at just solving that problem all alone. But there are things that are out there that will actually stop them, that could mess up their investments, that could put them in trouble. And one of such is the fact that the risk of cybersecurity, the risk of cyber attack, the hacking in itself, the hackers can actually exploit any system. They can, irrespective of where you work from, where you live, your country, and all. The internet is a cyberspace where people from all over the world actually do stuff. So a lot of business leaders would usually say they don't have that problem now. Their main focus is, their main target is to focus on other part of the business. Like, they want to make more money, they want to solve problems really. So, and that's like their business objective. Because that's their business objective, it becomes a bit difficult to convince them or to just get into cybersecurity or begin to pay attention to cybersecurity. Now, sometimes you have the certain factors like the government, the regulatory compliance, regulatory the regulators could actually, they could reach out, the regulators could enforce the implementation of certain controls, certain regulatory standard to help businesses. So that is a major factor, and that's like one of the reasons any organization would want to even venture into, oh yeah, I have a business, but I want to make sure that as regards cybersecurity, we're protected and all of that. Another factor would be that, you know, as a result of the regulators making that request that, all the stakeholders, all business owners must have this in place. Now there's a part of it where if you approach a particular business and you probably want to work with them as a partner, they would request that you get certified. So that's also another thing. Then the fear of the unknown, which has to do with, having the hackers around, gaining access. And if you see that probably your competitor that one of those things you want to do is to reach out and say, oh wow, why did they go down? Oh, they had a cyber attack. Okay, so sometimes that's also like one of the things that would propel business owners to say yes, they want to venture into this. But now, if you don't step up to protect your business against cyber threats, you risk being exposed to the following risk, and these risks have serious consequence, on your business, and you don't have to wait till you get hacked, just like some other organization. How to create a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy for your business, e-commerce. So creating an effective cybersecurity for your business, e-commerce is essential if you want to keep your business safe from malicious actors. You have to make sure that you adopt a cybersecurity strategy that would work for you. Reach out to consulting firm that could help out, or cybersecurity consultant, and that would really be very helpful. They'll be able to develop cybersecurity strategy. And I mean, when we talk about strategy, we know that it's a document that gives like direction, and in that document they're going to state, oh, so why do you need it, and what's the scope, and what's the direction. So you need this regulatory standard, you need this regulatory standard, you need this framework, and this is a plan, and these are the rules, and this is what you need to do to be able to achieve it. So that's really what that is talking about. Then the important data protection is essential. So it's an essential part of any business, not just an e-commerce business. It's an essential part of any business. It is key. It is important. And here are a few tips, to ensure that you are able to protect your business and all. So e-commerce and cybersecurity is essential. While nobody is completely safe. Yeah. So how to recover from data disaster? Well, unfortunately, even with all the best preventive measure, a cyber attack can still happen and lead to data disaster for e-commerce business. It is important to already have like a plan in place to help you quickly and effectively, recover from any sudden data loss. Here are some few steps, to help you. You should already have like a cybersecurity strategy. With that strategy, you already have like an SOP, you already have like a framework you're adopting. With that framework, you get started with the particular framework you want to use. There are strict guidelines to follow. So typical example in the case of disaster is to say, as soon as a disaster happens, you should already, before that time, you should have like a data disaster recovery policy procedure, and you should also have like a backup policy already. You should have incident response policy and procedure in place, and that will help. So when that happens, it's an incident. As soon as that is identified, it should be reported, then it should be investigated, and in the incident response policy, there will be certain instruction as to how to respond. And in terms of the data disaster recovery policy and backup policy. If your backup policy is effective before now, it means that you obviously have been, working with your data. You would have like some recent data, and you can continue from where that backup stopped. So that's one of the reasons it is important to have some of these controls in place. Now, they need to have like a cybersecurity data and data protection strategy. It is very important. We can't overemphasize this. This is key because you have what we call information of your customers. You have assets of the business. You have the reputation of the business. There are a lot of things that are valuable to the business. You have those assets, you have those information. You do not want them to be exploited. You do not want a problem. You do not want the reputation of a business to go down, right? That's also why there should be planning. But if any organization fails to plan, one of the things you get to see is the fact that organizations get into trouble and they start running helter skelter. So today, as regards to this section, I just wanted to make sure that I put something out there. I've actually been procrastinating and there's no time. So I thought that today would be a good day to just kickstart this. And until I come your way next time, if you have questions for me, you can, write or, you know, put in the comment box below. I will respond to your questions. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.